If you've been around the internet lately, you've probably seen these discussions about the state of content on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, and a bunch of other social media platforms. And me being someone who spends a lot of time on social media and on YouTube, I've started to notice a spectrum of content. This is what I want to call the destructive spectrum of online content. And I want to use this video to discuss what I see in this spectrum, as well as how this could affect viewers, content creators, and maybe how these content creators are thinking. Just briefly, on one side, I'm going to talk about the lazier side of content, the extreme loopholes people have used to get away with stealing. And on the other side, I want to talk about the more extreme side of content. For example, people trying to do the next craziest thing just to get attention from people online in the hopes that they could make a viral video and explode overnight. Even if these are two pieces of content that are on very different sides of the spectrum, I still think that this is harmful to one, creators, and to the viewers. And I hope you decide to stick around and listen to what I have to say as a content creator and as a viewer. We're going to talk about the more lazy side of content creation. This side has been really normalized, especially through short form content. Have you ever been scrolling through TikTok and you see a video of a YouTube video that you've watched, and they're all segmented into maybe 15-second videos with subway surfers or Minecraft parkour in the background? What a lot of people do is they take a viral video or a video that they know will do well, and they'll take that video, cut it up into parts, and post it on TikTok or Instagram Reels for people to watch and view over and over again. That helps it gain more traction and is pushed to even more viewers. It's actually surprising how a lot of people see this as normal. Even I've seen this as normal because, as someone who uses short form content to entertain myself, I've gotten used to seeing even movies posted on TikTok and then looking for the second part. It gets crazier when you realize that some content creators actually see this as a meaningful way to generate views and content and money. For example, I was on Twitter once, or X, and I saw this video of a guy talking about his goals and how he wanted to make this much money or generate this amount of views in this amount of time. And so what he does is he looks online for a interview, I believe, or a viral video, and he crops it, puts it into CapCut, which is an editing software. He takes the already viral video and he puts it on the top. He looks for some sort of gameplay, puts it on the bottom, and then auto generates the captions. And I just think that that's kind of crazy that he sees that as a meaningful way to create content. And two, the fact that he does it in the first place and posted it on Twitter. The response to that was expected. Everyone said, yeah, this is stealing content. You're stealing someone's content and posting it on to whatever platform. But when you think about it, how many people are actually thinking that when they see that kind of video? When you see a video of something that obviously is someone else's content with subway surfers pasted on the bottom, do you really think, man, this guy's stealing content? Like, that's not good? Or are you just watching it? And then if it cuts off, you're going to look into the account and look for the second part. If I'm going to be completely honest, I'm the second kind of person. There was another reel I saw on Instagram where there was someone encouraging people to do this because it's an easy way to make money. And that's only one part of that content stealing side. The other side is one that has been highlighted a bit more recently, and that is React content. If you don't completely grasp the concept, React content is when a YouTuber or streamer takes a video that has already been doing pretty well, usually, and they watch it and they basically post their reaction to it. This is very common, and it has been very common. We've seen people like PewDiePie and XQC. Markiplier has done it. Even I've done my own amount of React content. And that is something that I have to admit. And more recently, the conversation has been going around about if it's really okay. And if you think about it, the problem truly stems from the creators who take someone's ready-made video who's already doing really well, and sit there, eat their ordered lunch, and give a chuckle, give a hmm to whatever video they're watching. Is that really changing the content? Is that making the content any better? Is that adding input? Not really. So if you think about it, are you much different from the guy who's looking up a viral video and posting it with GTA footage? And that's why this lazy side of content is so destructive. It's because it makes it so normal for a viewer to watch another streamer's reaction. It ends up taking away from the attention the original creator should have been given. On the other side of the spectrum, there's the extreme side of content. There are the people who are always trying to one up themselves and try to make the best video possible. A lot of people can describe this or have described this as the Mr. Beastification of YouTube. And some people say, no, Mr. Beast is great. He is making this genre of content that a lot of people like to watch. And there's also a lot of other people who say that this content has ruined YouTube. This is the category of people doing absolutely anything for content. And I think even if it's the opposite of the other side of the spectrum, it's still a really dangerous part of content because when people are making all of this content and people are trying to one up themselves, when does it stop? When does it become so bad that they can't one up themselves anymore? People who make this kind of content are always trying to find the next greatest thing, whether it be more expensive, more dangerous. They're going to do something longer. They're going to do something for 48 hours, and then they're going to do it for 50, and then they're going to do it for a week, and then they're going to do it for 100 days. They're going to eat every burger from a restaurant, and then they're going to eat every item on the menu, and then they're going to go and buy a burger from every single fast food chain in the area. There's a lot of different spin-offs to this kind of content, but they're all the same. They're all taking an idea and then getting more extreme with it. This is the template that is being used. And I describe this as destructive because at what point is it enough? At what point do people stand back and say, that was too much? That crossed the line? Is it when someone gets hurt, when someone dies, when someone not involved with the video gets hurt? There are many different extreme scenarios that could happen. But right now, it's like people are still trying to get that extreme. And it's like you don't know when it's enough. Why would a content creator do this? Why would a content creator do either of these? Why would they go lazy? Why would they go extreme? As someone who is making content right now, I think I have a partial answer to that. Everyone wants to be successful, and we all know how much people want to be a successful content creator. It's a job that is well sought after by people. You're independent. You're doing what you want, when you want, and you don't have to really answer to anyone. Everyone wants to be successful. And from what it looks like, these two templates, both lazy and extreme, are successful templates. There are people who are very, very successful. You have someone like Mr. Beast making videos about him being underground for 7 days, and he's doing really great. I'm sure he is. Then there's also people like Hassan Abi or XQC who stream themselves watching people's content, and they're pretty successful. So why can't you be successful doing that? Almost as if there's already too much competition and so many people are doing this. So if I jump on this too, who's to say I can't be successful like them? Of course, there's nothing wrong with taking inspiration from someone. I, for one, can say that me making these videos, I'm taking a lot of inspiration from people that I watch, like Ted Nivison, Eddie Burback. I watch their videos and I take inspiration from that. But when a template is repeated, like React content and like the extreme content, it feels less genuine. It's like you want to farm the views and the attention. Again, it's hard to say where that line is. I think there are a lot of different ways to look at this. A lot of people say that React content is fine as long as you're actually doing something to transform it. But at what point is it enough? At what point is the extreme videos enough? At what point is it okay to use someone else's content for your own? At what point is this extreme video going to be a bit too extreme? From the viewer's perspective, as someone who is a viewer of a lot of different internet content platforms like YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, a lot of this stuff has become pretty normal. I may not be someone who watches that extreme side of content, but a lot of people do, and a lot of people seem to enjoy it. I, for one, can't deny that I've enjoyed watching people make the lazier kind of content. And it's hard to admit, but I see it as pretty normal. Does that make it okay? I don't think so. It feels as though, as a viewer, being so dismissive of these destructive content genres makes content creators more willing to be more extreme or continue to be lazy. But by saying that, as someone who consumes content, viewers have the power to choose between what kind of content they want. If they want to watch the lazy content, if they want to watch the extreme content, or if they want to watch something that's a bit more heartfelt, a little more genuine, a little more down to earth and personal. I don't know where content is headed. I can never tell that. You can't tell that. No one can. What is interesting is that a lot more people seem to be acknowledging this. A lot of people seem to understand the fact that content farms, people who are making content and pushing out so much content because they know that that formula is going to get them views. A lot more viewers and even creators are noticing these patterns. Videos have been made about this. And I think by acknowledging these trends, it's going to push content to shift from this lazy content making to this extreme content making. I think it's going to shift that a little bit more towards the middle, back to when content creators were a lot more personal with their video, when there was a lot more of a friendship with the creator and the viewer. And I think more and more viewers are going to be able to acknowledge when the content is being disruptive. Thank you for watching this video. If you made it to the end, feel free to drop a like, subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. I'm really hoping to get better at being more consistent with my content. I'd really like to hear what you think. So go down into the comments and tell me about what you think and if you agree with there being a spectrum and where you think content is going to go in the next couple years. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again. Bye.